We believe IGF is a key component in taking the internet to the next phase for the next billion, 2 billion, 3 billion users. One thing most people are starting to learn today is that the internet has been hindered in its progress to the global community because of its language, which was based on in English. So multilingualism, you hear that being talked about at IGF a lot, is a key element that we have focused on for almost 10 years now. I chair an organization called MINC, the Multilingual Internet Names Consortium. We have been championing the cause and working on developing the internet so it becomes multilingual, so people in regions of the world whose native language is not English would be able to actually use the internet and make it able for them to participate and use it just like anybody else. So multilingualism is now today a very important factor, not only in IGF, but in every discussion you hear. It's become like what I call the Pierre Cardin of the internet these days. But to make it that way, there are many things that need to happen. You need to set standards, you need to set protocol, but most of all, you need to take it to the people so that people can participate and tell IGF and the respective organizations that run the elements of the internet what's necessary. And this is part of the challenge. So in our involvement, I also chair another company. We translate websites, live and online, from English to Arabic. And the uniqueness of what we do is we do it with the adherence to the syntax and the grammar of that language. So basically when, for example, somebody goes to our website and reads IGF in Arabic, and by the way, people who go to the IGF website, they will see our logo to translate to Arabic. They're reading with translation that factors in the syntax and the language of both English and Arabic. They're not reading word by word. We don't say it's perfect,
Excellent.
but in terms of making this content readable by somebody who would have never been able to read, because originally it was in English, because of the language barrier, this is an empowering tool. So although our company is a profit-making company, our objective is also philanthropic. We want to help communities, we want to enlighten communities, and this is part of what we come here to the IGF to spread the gospel. What I think is missing, and what I think IGF needs to focus on more prominently, is something I raised in the last consultation a year ago, also in Geneva, in preparation to Hyderabad. Now we're talking about preparation for Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. A year ago, I raised the issue and I said, part of the discourse that we have on the global internet is the fact that there are many countries that are concerned about who controls the internet. The root today, or the internet, is controlled by the United States government. Okay? That's a known fact, and they've done a very good job at that. But the challenge here is, if we want to make this internet global, multilingual, empowering, representative, and also allows people to take part in shaping their future in it, they need to have a stake in it. So the JPA, which is the Joint Project Agreement, whereby ICANN, the US government, have been managing this space. This needs to be focused on because in September of this year, this agreement between ICANN and the US expires. And last year, I raised the issue that we need to look at the mechanism of the transition to what's going to happen next. And I have seen very little being addressed on this issue. I see a lot of people busy with a bit of this, a bit of that, discussion, but I'm not quite sure, I don't feel that the IGF has actually helped to focus. ICANN, the US government, and the international community need to get involved, and IGF is the place to do that, to try and shape the debate. So far, we're left with about 6 months, 7 months to go, and nobody knows what are the protocols, what are the arrangements, who's going to run it, is the Obama administration going to keep it, are they going to extend it like they've extended in the past, is it going to be another hot issue where people don't know who runs it, or they're going to feel, well, why is the US in total control, why isn't it international community control? So these are issues that need to be addressed, and I feel IGF could do better in focusing on them.